Happy Friday, everyone. Thank you for joining me this evening. I hope your week has gone well. My name is TaNisha Webb with Urban Chic Travelistas. I'm a travel consultant and the owner of this amazing uh, travel company. And so I am coming on tonight to kind of give you guys a review on the benefits of working with a travel advisor. I do realize that many people honestly don't know what a travel consultant, advisor, agent, or whatever, you know, travel agents want to be called, what we do. And so they may not see the benefits of actually working with a travel advisor. So I want to just come on and just really talk about what we do and how a travel advisor can benefit you on on your trips. And so, first thing is that what we do is actually we can save you time. And so that's the main one of the main benefits of using a travel advisor. We are here to help curate, trips on whatever it is that you want in your trip, but also the things that you may not know that you even need, right? So, because we actually do this like all day, every day, then, that makes it where we can actually kind of step in. We have like we've done the research on different destinations and everything. We know that what the options are or the best options and everything. So we can definitely save a traveler time as far as going out and scanning the internet to see what's out there. Okay. So when you're working with a travel advisor, we are looking at the entire picture as well. And so we're definitely not looking for the cheapest deals for you because although they may be less expensive and the ones that you can find out on the internet yourself, a lot of times they're not all inclusive of everything that you need. Or they may have certain portions in it that you're not aware that are there. And so that's one of the things that we're really good at is actually looking at every component to make sure that basically from the time that you leave your home and until you get back that you have everything that you need in this packet and even the things that you don't, like I said, know that you need. So you know so one of the things that I would tell you, like when you're traveling and things like that, one of the headaches, like when you land, is really your land transportation, your airport transfers, and that can be a hassle, especially when you are in a new country and things like that. That can be a really a hassle as far as trying to find the adequate airport transportation and really to make sure that whatever the rate is, that it is a good rate. And so if you're not aware of how much it would cost you, ideally to get from the airport to your hotel or whatever, then that's one of those things that you can actually overpay for. And so this is the type of stuff that we're looking for. We're looking for that package deal where you don't have to worry about whatever is happening and things like that. So that's how we basically save you time, working closely with tour operators and things as well, and really kind of getting you the vacation package that you want. The second thing is that travel advisors take the stress out of planning. Many of my clients come to me because I actually do a lot of groups. And so, one of the things that I love to do is work with a bigger group of people. And the reason why my clients are typically coming to me to deal with the groups is because they don't want the stress of dealing with them themselves. A lot of times, having someone that is not going to be partial to one person or the other and things like that, they can actually just kind of set the tone and be professional and get things done is the right thing to do. That way also the lead client, or aka the person that came out to have me, create the trip for them, can relax. That's one of the main things, is to take the stress off of actually planning a trip and getting everything done, and and then just touching bases with the lead client. So with that being said, especially if you're planning like a birthday trip or something like that, you don't want to be stressed out through this whole process of trying to plan it and doing everything that everybody wants and things like that. Sometimes you need that objective person to come in and be like, okay, this is what it is, and things like that, and just kind of handle each person that's going along on that trip individually, but collectively as a group. So that's definitely one of the things that is helpful, that takes the stress out of planning. If you have somebody that's in that place that can kind of help everyone along and make sure that everybody is taken good care of, and so you don't want that type of stress on you, even if it's not a group, a family vacation, just even if it's a solo vacation, whatever it is. That is one of the things that can be very stressful, is trying to figure out exactly what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, when you're going to do it, and then also um, dealing with tour operators as well. Are they someone that you can trust, or have you heard of them before, or anything like that? And so those are the type of things that we can step in and kind of help with that. So that kind of leads into my next thing, is that as a travel advisor, we will offer expert recommendations. And so, one of the things that people don't realize is that when you're dealing with a travel advisor, you're not only just getting that travel advisors, but you're getting hundreds of travel advisors that are also helping behind the scenes as well. So, if it's something, a destination I'm not very familiar with, or maybe it's a resort or a hotel, or just in general questions that I need to ask, then there are hundreds of other travel agents that I can ask this question to, that would maybe are experts in that area, that can kind of help me out, that you would not have access to. And so that is one of the reasons why, a lot of us are a part of these different travel agent groups. Sometimes they're specific to a destination, or just specific to just being a travel agent with different themes in those Facebook groups. And it's really so we can all share our expertise and help one another out and things. And we do this on a daily basis at every time of the day. So that's one of the things, is that you're not only getting the travel advisor that you're dealing with, but you're also getting other travel advisors that you don't see and you don't hear from as well. Um, we also, the majority, if not most of us, are experts in travel. And so if you followed me on Instagram or Facebook and things like that, you know that I travel. And so that is part of me actually getting out there and making sure that what I'm doing is really uh, good for my clients, right? So the more that your travel advisor travels, then the better off that you're going to actually be, and because they really understand exactly what it takes to travel, those little details that can actually help a lot. We're constantly keeping up with a lot of the with all of the changes, especially with COVID is concerned. That's what we're there for. We're there to do the research so nothing gets missed. So that way you don't have the stress of worrying about things that could cause your trip not to even happen and things, because there's certain things that has to be in place that can even stop you at your when you're about to take off if you don't have it in place. So that's really one of the things that we try to help our clients avoid, is those things that could cause their trip to hinder the trip, even from the beginning. So um, along with that, just having the personal uh, you know, experience with travel and things like that, it's just so helpful. And things like, I told people all the time, that the last thing you want to do is probably book trips with people that never travel, right? Because they don't understand like the things that could actually happen and everything. So it's better for you to be with someone that honestly travels and they love to travel and they know how to help others because of their firsthand experience and things. And if that's not the case, and maybe they're getting started, then we always take classes and on webinars with tour operators and hotels. So there's other ways that we actually do get that uh, expertise behind us and things like that. And if not all, but most, we are doing multiple things. And that also includes going on site inspections and things like that. And so those things all help with the experience that my clients are going to have as well, because I want to make sure that I know exactly what they're in for and how can I help their trip to be better. And that kind of leads also into my next point, is that travel advisors have been there, they've done that. Like I said, we're the majority of us are very well traveled. Even before we get into being a travel advisors, a lot of us are very well traveled, and we know exactly what it's like to be on that other end as a traveler. And so being able to use our own personal experience with travel, coupled up with the expertise of learning about different destinations, hotel chains, things like that, then that actually helps us as well. The other part of that is really because we have not only good relationships with and close relationship with other travel agents, but we also have another layer that can help our clients as well. And that would be with our business manager directors, our BDMs, and then also just with the resorts and things like that. And so that is very important as well. Those relationships that we actually, curate with travel operators, with the resorts or the hotels themselves, and then also any of our business director managers. Those are all really important relationships that we all work hard on. And those are to benefit our clients as well. So, because when you are booking like on your own, you don't have access to a travel agent that can help you if you're having issues getting to your destination. Maybe there's a flight issue or whatever. You don't have access to dealing with anybody except for someone that's hopefully going to answer the phone at the resort, the hotel, or whatever, or the reservation center. So these are all things that you're taking a chance on to see if somebody can help you. And but when you're dealing with a travel advisor, they have all these things in their back pocket to try to, get whatever the issue is resolved, um, and everything. So they're really in your corner to make sure that, even if you're having issues within your trip, that we are helping as far as that's concerned to fix the issue where you may not be able to get as far. So the next thing is that, being a travel advisor, we can handle, the unexpected. There's going to be all types of things, unfortunately, that can happen with your trip. Um, Weather delays, cancellation, natural disasters, flight, lost luggage, just everything, lost passports. Just there's just so many things that can happen when you're on a trip, things that are just unexpected. And so, like I said, in those cases, we really are your advocate. We're the ones that are going to take over. And just for instance, like I had a mother and daughter that went, to Europe. And so when they got ready to come home, and everything, they were at the airport, on time, and actually before time, but for whatever reason, that particular airport was actually just backed up. They just had, less workers or something that was happening there, so it actually made it where they missed their flights. And unfortunately, we couldn't get them out, until like a couple of days. So as they are, trying to get rebooked and things like that, I'm behind the scenes actually getting a hotel for them, setting up another airport transfer and things like that, because there just wasn't anything available, and everything. So that's one of the things that behind the scene, because if they had not been working with a travel advisor and things like that, then those are things that that they would have to figure out on their own. And so, that's when it's really helpful to have a travel advisor right there and can help and things like that. And then also just making the suggestions if it was something that, could go through the travel, insurance company that can help out and things like that. In this case, they really couldn't and stuff, because there were so many people that had to rebook their flights and things like that. Then we just kind of handled it the best way we could, and then they can put in a claim later, for whatever things that was happening. Okay, so there's just things that's going to happen. Most, travel agents, if not all, they're monitoring the flights. We know exactly when our clients are delayed or canceled. We're right there to help, to jump in when we need to. I've definitely have had that experience, with clients where they're standing in line. I'm literally on the phone with the airlines or in a chat, as well, just to make sure that they're being taken care of. And so those are just the things that we sign up for, and we're literally with our clients from the time that they reach out to us, and we start sending them the travel proposal until well beyond they get back home. And so it's really good to have, somebody that can help you, and, that can further direct you in case something does happen. One of the things that, travel advisors also do is that we help, with any change in travel conditions. Like I said, with COVID, that like just turned everything upside down and upside right and to the side and everything like that. And things are still changing. And so, that's one of the things that we have to keep up with so that you understand exactly what you need to do in order to travel. Hopefully, things are changing where you don't have to, do the COVID. tests and things like that. But that's exactly what we're keeping up on and telling our clients also, you keep up on this too. But we're doing those last minute efforts, making sure that things have not changed. I definitely have sent clients out where things changed, like maybe a couple days or so before they left off for a trip. And so those things are things that we are expected to not only understand, but also to help our clients to make sure that they understand exactly what needs to be done and how. Okay. So unless you are keeping up with that, and you know then that's one of the things. We also help to prepare our clients before they leave on a trip. So we may send out a list saying, hey, don't forget to do, these things before you go. Don't forget to let your bank know, to that you're going out of the country and where you're going, even with your layovers into another city. Let them know that you're going to be there so they don't cut your card off and things like that. So it's just really those things to help people prepare for the trips as well that they may not be thinking of because they're scrambling, they're going around trying to get their stuff together for the trip. And so those are the type of things that we're here to help with, to send you the reminders to get you better prepared for, your trip and things, to make sure everything goes smooth, because our ultimate goal is to make sure that you are getting exactly what you want and more, and also that you have somebody that can help you if you get stuck. And so that is, really the big picture, because that's what we're here for. We're going to look at the big picture and really being a travel agent. And I say this all the time, but we're not here to give you the cheapest trip. That's not what we're here for. And so, and people really have to get out of the mind set of saying, well, what basically saying that, oh, I want the cheapest trip and things. No, you really don't. You want the things that's best for your budget and things like that. But a lot of times you're not taking in everything that you really need in the trip to make sure that it's a comprehensive package. So a travel advisor is trying to give you a comprehensive package and things like that. And because we have affiliates with different tour operators and consortiums and things like that, then we can work on getting you the best rate, which is what we're doing. We're looking at all of our travel operators, we're looking at our consortiums, we're looking to see what we can get for you, in addition to what your ask is as well. And so, and that's why it's important, because there's certain things you're not going to be able to see on your side at all. And so when you're looking at rates, and especially when you're going on online travel websites and things like that, excuse me, yeah, they're offering a rates, but what are you getting with that? And so those are the things that people need to be mindful of. And then the other thing that people are not aware of is that, yes, you can go out and you can definitely book your own, book whatever you want out there, right? You can book your cruises, you can book your all-inclusive packages and things like that. But what people don't realize is that, yeah, you can do that. But in some cases, you're paying the same price as if you would if you went through a travel advisor. So you're basically paying the same price, but you don't have a travel advisor that's helping you. So that's really how it goes, and things. So you can do it and everything, but that's one of the things. If something goes wrong, then you're having to figure out how to navigate through that instead of going through a travel advisor that can actually help you and that actually have people that can help either at the resorts or help with the travel operators or whatever, that are all there to navigate the issue and get it resolved for you. And so that's really what it is, because a lot of times, even if you go directly to um, a hotel or whatever else, we're getting paid commission from the tour operators, the hotels, the resorts, and things like that. So you're really paying for a service that you're not taking advantage of. And so that's really the bottom line of that. That's all it is. And so you do have to be really mindful of that and things. Now, being a travel advisor, some of us do charge a fee, and then some of us don't. And I wouldn't be deterred by that, because it's not, it takes a lot of time to actually put together travel proposals, to work with people. And it's no different from, you wouldn't go to a lawyer and think that they would represent you or anything beyond that complimentary phone call. You can't go to an event planner and expect for them to work for free, right? um, you're dealing with travel experts and things to help make your trip a lot better. And so, if there's a fee that is a part of that, that's why. And some of us have been doing this for a long time, and we understand exactly what the ask is, and we understand exactly where we can go with things. But sometimes it actually does take a while, and depending on where you're asking to go, for people to research that. So that's all time that we are taking away from doing other things and servicing other clients, in order to pull together even a travel proposal. And then maybe you will go with that, and maybe you won't. And so, if anything, the time that is being compensated for doing all that work, even if you decide to go somewhere else, is well spent, because you can actually take that to somewhere else if that's what you wanted to do. We hope that's not the case, but that is sometimes what happens. And so, because we are experts, we're not just doing this just because, or or anything like that. Then yes, some travel advisors may charge a fee once they move beyond doing the complimentary phone call. And so I just want to make you mindful of that, and just, give you the reason why. Uh, some charge and some don't. Some of them, they're maybe new and they're not charging yet, and things like that. But many of us do. And so, and that's the reason why, uh, and everything. So, um, hopefully, this was helpful for you to understand also the benefits of working with a travel advisor. Um, I will leave you on when you really don't need a travel advisor. Um, if you're mostly traveling domestic, and you really probably don't need a travel advisor unless it's like a group, or you just don't want to handle it and things like that. The most the trips that I actually coordinate are, I would say 98% are international trips. Um, and then every once in a while, some of my clients may want to go somewhere domestically, but they're doing a group trip. And so, if it's a group trip and things like that, then that would be important, maybe to reach out to a travel advisor for. But if it's just like a small trip and things like that, you probably don't need a travel advisor for those. Definitely, if you are wanting to work with a travel advisor because of like dealing with airfare, that's really not our wheelhouse with domestic flights at all. Whatever you see out there is what we're going to see as far as domestic flights are concerned. So I would not reach out to a travel advisor if you're talking about domestic flights, period. I really just wouldn't. Um, those are the things that any individual, unless they've never flown before or something else, that you really should handle on your own and not even bother, because a travel advisor is going to charge you. Even if it's $20, $25 to book that flight, they are going to charge you in order to book the flight, even if they don't charge you for an advisor fee, or as far as an on addition to that. So that's definitely going to happen. Now, for international flights, a lot of travel advisors, they typically don't just book flights, but in some instances, then that may be something that you can reach out to a travel advisor about, because we do have access to unpublished flights and things like that. And basically, what they are flights that are at a deep discounted rate. That may be something that you can book through a travel advisor, and but you wouldn't be able to see it out on any of the travel agent uh, rates. So for instance, when I did my last trip and everything, I was able to work with the air consolidator. And so for my flight, because I was going from Kansas City to London, and then I did basically a multi-city trip and did from Ghana back to Kansas City. I was able to get that ticket for under $800. That ticket out on a published air flight with the same airline was over $2,000. And so those are some of the things reaching out to a travel advisor for things like that, just to see that if you're getting the best deal as far as flights are concerned, maybe one thing. But also, if you're doing a complete package with tour operators and things like that, then that can actually save you money as well. Even through the airlines like American Airlines, Delta Airlines, they all have like vacation, like Delta Vacation, American Airline Vacation, Southwest Vacation, and things like that. One of the good things about working with travel advisors is that we can actually book you on those as well. We typically all have accounts with them where we can actually work and book you through them, and also offer you payment plan. So that's the other part of working with travel agents, is that we can offer payment plans and down payments, and just depending on what's included in there in your travel guide and things, and also chartered flights as well, which are mainly direct flights, and flights that are marked down with a deep discount also. And so we do have access to those type of things, depending on what gate you're coming out of, that we can look at as well. And so this is why it's really important for you to consider working with a travel advisor, because overall, even if you're paying them a consultation fee or whatever, then they really are looking for the best avenue for you to get that vacation and things like that. Just don't expect for it to be dirt cheap and things, because when you're working with a low budget, you're going to get a very low you should have low expectations. That's what I'll say. So uh don't expect much if you ain't willing to to spend much on vacations and things like that. Everything's gone up, including flights, the resorts, everything. Everybody's trying to compensate for the pandemic here. And so nothing is going to be dirt cheap and things. So you're going to have to up your budget a little bit, plan out a lot further in advance will help you. Even if flights are not available, a lot of times tour operators will have the hotels and the resorts available to actually secure at least the resort or the hotel rates. And so, and then the flights can be added later. So if you have any questions, you can definitely comment on any of the platforms, social media platforms that you are viewing me on. So I am on Instagram underneath that Travelista TaNisha and Urban Chic Travelistas. I'm on YouTube underneath that Travelista TaNisha. And then also on Facebook, on my personal Facebook page, TaNisha Webb, the business page, Urban Chic Travelistas, and also my group page, which is Passport Ready Travel Club. And so you can ask any questions that you have about working with a travel advisor. You can go to my website, urbanchictravelistas.com, if you have an upcoming trip that you would like to have a complimentary consultation. Doesn't cost you anything at all. But definitely, you know, I'm more than willing to put you on the calendar so that we can talk about your upcoming trip and how I can help you. And so, you guys have a great Friday night. And thank you for listening in. If, like I said, if you have any questions, then definitely reach out.